All right, guys. This is our new show called the Sports Animals, and this is a sports show that we're just going to talk about all sports in general, and this is a show where we plan on doing every week. I'm Dave.
I'm Justin.
Well, we're going to start things off with the NBA Finals. The Heat repeated again. Wasn't crazy about that because I am not a Heat fan. To me, they are the New York Yankees of the basketball. But hey, you got a lot of Heat fans out there, I'm sure. So more power to them. They're probably happy that they won the NBA. They repeated. We know a couple of them at work. Too many of them at work, I might say. I won't be saying any names off of that though. But
Bunch of bandwagoners.
yeah, so hey, it is what it is though. But we do give them credit for what they did. That is a big accomplishment. They did repeat. Uh, LeBron did win. Got two titles now. He won the MVP finals, so it's two in a row. Uh, to me, the Spurs blew it in Game 6.
They blew it at the very end of the game. They had that game won, and somehow or another, the Heat and LeBron came back. Although to me, it wasn't LeBron that won it. It was Bosh and Wade that took over, and to an extent also Ray Allen.
Well, Game 6, Bosh got a big offensive rebound, and he got a big block at the end on that three. But I say he got that Bosh got the big offensive rebound because questionable decisions to me questionable decisions on Greg Popovich's part, one of the greatest coaches to ever coach the game, I think. But he did not have Tim Duncan in that game, and I'm pretty sure Tim Duncan would have got that offense would have got that rebound, and that and then the Ray Allen never hits a three. The Spurs probably win, but of course we can go back to to Ginobili missing that free throw. Leonard missing that key free throw. He hits both those free throws. Game never goes in overtime. So just a lot of missed opportunities. Spurs could should have put the game away. Had 10-point lead. Then goes game 7. That's it.
They won it legitimately.
And then LeBron did take it over in game 7. Got 35 points. So I mean, and we knew once it went to game 7 it was over because it's been 35 years since a team has last won a game on other team's home court in the game 7 finals. So we knew it was over with then.
Been 35 years since that happened, hadn't it?
That's right, 35 years. So I mean, the history went against the Spurs. They had pretty much had no chance. But briefly talk about the game 7. Tim Duncan misses a 2-foot shot that would have tied the game up, which was very key. And then LeBron at that he missed that shot. LeBron goes down and hits that jumper, and that was pretty much the game because I think it was a 6-point lead at that point in time.
And also Popovich had another star on the bench at the very end of the game again, just like Game 6. Had that person been out on the floor, the result might have been different. Even though the numbers were against the Heat or against the Spurs, 35 years since the last time a road team won a Game 7 and 14-3 all time the home team is in Game 7 of an NBA Finals in Game 7.
Yeah, Tony Parker's not being in the game of both those games. I mean, that was he rest. I mean, rested his starters a lot. But I mean, like I said, it's over now. The Heat are the Heat won it back to back. So you gotta give Miami credit. And it's I don't like I said doing it, but you do. And so that we'll see what happens next year. They'll probably be the favorites again next year. So uh, now, I mean, at this point in time, one thing we have left is the NBA draft, and that's going to be next Thursday. And Cleveland has the number one overall pick. I'm saying more than likely they're going to draft Nerlens Noel, the kid out of Kentucky. He's Mike Brown's the new head coach back with Cleveland again. So I guess Nerlens Noel is going to be is the best player to me in a week draft. And then they need a big guy. He's a great defensive player. Mike Brown's a great defensive coach, so I guess it kind of fits their system. He's kind of a clone of like Anthony Davis. Nerlens Noel's a big, tall kid, great defensive player, a shot blocker, game changer. He is coming off a torn ACL though, uh, that he did tear. Uh, uh, and he's about 4 or 5 months now off rehabilitating that. So that's can be a little risky, I guess. But with medical technology out today, I think he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
But the Cavaliers, with the exception of LeBron James, have a history of getting it wrong. Will they get it wrong this time? Will they get it right? Only time will tell. Now, the odds are he comes back from that and is a star player, but we don't know for sure until he actually gets out there and plays, even with today's technology. So
Well, I will say one point in time. We'll kind of disagree because Kyrie Irving is one of the top player, one of the top point guards in the game. This kid is 21 years old. The Cleveland drafted number one overall 2 years ago, and this kid is the real deal. He averaged 21 points a game this year. Now, nobody talked about him very much because Cleveland's terrible. They get no attention. But you got Kyrie Irving. They got right with him. So right now he just needs a little help, and that's really Cleveland's problem. They have Tristan Thompson, another young player they drafted. So they got DeAndre Waiters, kid out of Syracuse they drafted last year. Pretty good player. Uh, so they have a good young team they put in place. They're going to get Noel this year, probably the number one pick. So I mean, the big thing is everybody's wanting to know is what's LeBron going to do after 2014? Is he going to opt out and go back home?
I don't think so. He might at some point, but I don't think he will in 2014.
I think he will. The reason I think he will is because he can get paid more money going back to Cleveland, and he's going to be on a young team, whereas Miami is getting old. Bosh is 28, 29. Bosh be 29 years old next year. Dwayne Wade's going to be 32 years old. Uh, and even LeBron's 28, 29 years old. So the Heat is getting old. And when you go back home to Cleveland, LeBron's a game changer. Cleveland could be the favorites in the East to go to the finals.
But a lot of it, I think this year, for those reasons, is a very critical year for Cleveland. LeBron's decision could be based on what he sees out of him this year. If he thinks that him going back to Cleveland will get him over the hump, he might do it. Otherwise, he might not, because I don't think he's going to go there unless he thinks he can win a championship.
I
He
think
almost won one in Cleveland, but at the end he couldn't do it by himself, and
I think the thing he's looking at though, Cleveland is not going to be very good again this upcoming year. They're not. You got a new coach, Mike Brown's back. Well, he's back. He's back again, and they're a young team. But I think LeBron look at it is this. LeBron says to himself, "Hey, I go back. Go back to Cleveland. You team me up with Kyrie Irving, one of the best point guards in the game. I mean that's pretty much it right there. Those two right there. That's all really Kyrie Irving needs is somebody like LeBron to be a mentor to him and be the leader that pretty much the leader of the team. And then he's just a 21-year-old kid. And I think you put those two together plus the rest of the guys on the team. I think that they'd be Cleveland would be back.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I know the Lakers are probably through for a while.
Well, I wouldn't say that. If they get this right, now this just happened in the last couple of days. Uh, the Lakers have hired Phil Jackson back. Phil Jackson is back. They say he's consulting. Is his role is what they're saying. Now I don't really buy into this. I don't think he's going to coach because his age. And his health is not very great. But we're bringing Lakers up because I like the Lakers. So yeah, go ahead and throw that out there. Hey, I'm sure we got some Laker people out there. But I think Phil wants to run the team like Kyle Riley's doing. He wants to be the vice president, or whatever that position is, like Pat Riley's doing, and run the team. Now, if that happens, even though Mike D'Antoni, he's not a good coach. I never have liked D'Antoni. Never have thought he was a good coach. You get Phil Jackson back in the thing, running things, and let Jim Buss get out of there because he don't know he's terrible and he don't know what he's doing as an owner. Then maybe the Lakers are back. If they make some changes on the roster, Steve Nash needs to be out. He's over the hill. Uh,
Steve Nash got old in a hurry.
yeah, he's 39 years old. Kobe has to come back from his injury, from his Achilles. If he comes back from his Achilles, and to me they get rid of Dwight Howard, don't re-sign because I never have liked Dwight Howard. Maybe take it that. Well, this is a rumor, nothing confirmed. Did you heard about this? Not there's a rumor. It was a Dwight Howard for Blake Griffin and Eric Bledsoe.
I hadn't heard that one. I guess it'd be like a sign and trade since he's a free agent.
Yeah, I guess something. Well, yeah, it was straight. It was yes. I guess yeah. That's what the rumor is going around now. Now we don't know if it's going to happen now, but I say the Lakers should take that in a heartbeat.
To me, the only place I see Dwight Howard is being the man on a lottery pick team, on a bad team. He can't pick. He can't connect or play alongside anybody really. We saw that in L.A. this year. I mean, unfortunately, even though the Lakers were seventh, far better than I thought they were, and made the playoffs somehow, to me they were the laughing stock of the NBA, mainly because of Dwight Howard. It's like he didn't show up 3/4 of the time. Bryant was having to do it by himself, and I'm surprised he did as well as he did, and it's, as we see, it's taking its toll on him.
Well, he played. Yeah, he pretty much carried him on his back in the playoffs. He played 45 minutes a game at 34 years old. Fixed to be 35 years old, by the way, in August. So Kobe's birthday's not too far off. Now, the thing is, we've been saying, where they are right now, and uh, Kobe has made a statement. He wants to come back and play 2 more years. Okay, Barney says he's healthy. Comes back the same player he's always been. He wants to play 2 more years. He wants to win one more championship. That's really what it's all about for him. Is he wants to win an NBA title. Right now, the Lakers are not in the position with the current roster they have to build it, even get close to an NBA title. They got to. I mean, they right now Oklahoma City's better with them than with a healthy Russell Westbrook. That's probably Oklahoma City and Memphis. So that there has to be some changes made. And Phil Jackson come in to do that, and maybe come in and do that if he takes that role. But it just right now it's a big mess in Los Angeles. It's bad when the Clippers are number one over Los Angeles. It's not supposed. People, help me out. The Lakers. It's the Lakers. They're not supposed to be number two to the Los Angeles Clippers.
How about the Clippers? Yeah.
No, come on. We've got to get this thing straightened out. Out. The Lakers have got to get back on top. Kobe's got to get number 6. He's got to tie Mike. Come on, we got to get this problem solved. Get it back where he gets his 6th championship. That's all I want to see.
It could happen, but even with Phil Jackson, I don't think it's going to be this year, and I don't think it's going to be next year. The year after, I think it could very well happen, but I think you're looking at probably 2 years at least. I think except for Kobe, you're going to have to gut that team and rebuild it. I think this is a very, very critical draft for the Lakers. Far more critical than anybody's saying, more than anybody realizes.
Well, Kobe's pretty much got 2 years, so we're just going to have to wait and see what they do with the roster changes, and just we'll be back on the Lakers again. I can guarantee you that. Right now, there's another big. Probably this is going to be the top story out there now, though, since the NBA Finals is over, and that's Aaron Hernandez. What are you thinking? Idiot. And I'm a big New England guy, New England Patriot guy, and he's screwed up. I mean, just he's involved in a murder investigation now, and we should be, New England should be focusing on football. 2 months away from the season, they be a legitimate team again to make a big run, and then he does this.
Give it though a month, if that, because Belichick. I hate the Patriots like I hate the Yankees, but love them or hate them, Bill Belichick's not going to put up with this. He'll be gone. I'm actually surprised he's not gone already. But give it a month, he'll be gone.
Well, I think that what the thing is, reason they have not cut him yet is because they're trying to they're getting all the facts together. Bill Belichick, remember, he's a fat guy. He's gonna have his people out there. He's gonna be investigating this stuff. He's gonna know what's going on, and he's gonna have his all his facts together and before he makes that final decision. Yeah, it's probably gonna only get worse. Time will tell. But this guy is he's the number one the number one uh, on the offense. He's since Rob Gronkowski is going to be out, he's probably not going to be ready for the season. Aaron Hernandez was going to be the guy. They let Wes Walker go. He was going to be the guy, and now all this happens. I mean, they signed Tim Tebow. Of course, we know Tebow, is a Patriot now. What are they going to do with him? I say that he's just not going to sit back, obviously, and make a joke like the New York Jets did. I think if anybody can do anything with him, it's Bill Belichick. Maybe he puts him on offense. Maybe he does something with. Maybe he puts him as a tight end. Maybe he puts him as a fullback. I know you got LeGarrette Blount as your running back. So I mean, I don't know. What just wait and see what happens with Tebow.
This is going to be very interesting, and it's not like you said. It's not going to be like the circus it was in New York. Because Belichick, number one, is not going to put up with it. Number two, he knows what he's doing. He knows how to manage. Someone like Tebow is perfect for him for the kind of organization, for the style team he wants to run. He wants good people with good character and morals. He doesn't want a bunch of thugs.
Yeah, well, Tebow's is a smart, athletic player. That's what he likes. He likes guys it's just smart players in general, and Tebow is that. So I mean, it has worked in the past with with guys that have you know gotten in trouble. I wouldn't say anything major like Randy Moss. I mean, he didn't get anything in major trouble. He was just kind of a guy that was always going to run his mouth about something and kind of be a distraction. But I mean, it worked with him being with Belichick. So uh, I say a guy that could wind up saving them on offense is a kid they drafted named Josh Boyce, wide receiver. They drafted in this draft. Now I think the kid has star written all over him. From what I've from early reports that I've read so far, he's doing some good stuff. He's a quick kid, running 4.3, and so he could be a game changer on the offense. And it's gonna be interesting to see Danny Amendola, the kid they picked up from St. Louis. I mean, he's basically a Wes Walker clone. Can he take his place and be just as good if he stays healthy? That's his problem. He's always had a lot of health problems, staying healthy for a full 16 games. But other than that, it just
Belichick, I'm sure, has something up his sleeve that we don't know. Some sort of surprise. He'll pull somebody off the scrap heap, whether it's Tebow, whether it's this guy you were talking about, whether it's somebody
Josh
else.
Boyce, yeah.
Boyce.
Yeah, the guy they drafted, just draft pick.
But he'll do something.
Well, I'm ready for football season to start. I mean, I'm still, like I said, I'm depressed because of this stupid Aaron Hernandez thing. He makes me sick, this kid, doing this. I'm kind of depressed on that, but I'm still looking forward to NFL football. It's my number one favorite sport of anything. So, I'm looking forward to it, and, it's going to be a good football year. And it will be here before we know it. September 11th or September 9th, I should take that back. I think the first should be the first week. That'll be here before you know it. Now, and another thing, still, I'm interested to see. You've been, this RG3 thing to me is, I think, amazing. I mean, this kid had tore three ligaments in his knee, and that was just 5 months ago, and he's already looks like he's gonna be ready to start, ready to go. except the week one is what he's saying.
He's definitely coming along a lot better than that. What you want to call him? Wimp Derrick Rose.
Hey, we don't want to offend some of these people, these bull people, but yeah,
Homers.
yeah, well, that's another thing for another day. But RG3, you have RG3 coming back, and I'm telling you, I think he's gonna be the same player, but I don't think he's gonna run as much. He had 800 something yards rushing last year, and I don't think he's gonna run as much. I think maybe 400 something yards, and he's gonna pass the ball more than he's ever done before because he's got to if he wants to stay in the league, and he's got a good arm. He's not Michael Vick.
He doesn't want to go the way of Vic or Young.
Right,
Talking about Vince Young, not
right,
not Steve Young.
right. Uh, and he won't, I don't think, because RG3 is a smart. He's a smart player, and I think that he knows he's got to change to be able to be in the league, have longevity in the league. So that's and I mean we've already seen that it can happen. Adrian Peterson came back. He only tore one ligament in his knee. He came back and won the MVP last year. So I mean
It's going to be fun to watch.
yeah, yeah.
I think he's got a good shot at a comeback player of the year, possibly, or MVP.
Well, he won the Rookie of the Year, so I mean, I thought Andrew Luck personally should have won that, but they gave it to RG3. So we'll see what happens. Happens with him. I'll come up with. Like I said, I think good things going to continue to happen with him and Andrew Luck, who's another guy I am very high on. But well, I mean, right now we do have baseball that is going on. So I mean, you know, uh,
Too bad my Braves can't score any runs against these AAA pitchers the Brewers are sending out there the last couple of days. I think I could hit better than some of them, and I can't even hardly see the ball coming.
yeah. Well, things are going a lot better for your Braves than in my Cubs, I would just say, because this is another rough year for us. It looks like, which I did expect. You know, Theo Epstein is in charge now. I'm just trusting him that to get things done and bring a World Series sometime in the next 2 to 3 years. I hope. But you know, it is
Hey,
what it is. It's no it's another long season. It's going we're gonna finish in next to last place or last. One or two is gonna happen. Get another good draft pick for the upcoming for next draft, and keep building that draft up. Bring these kids up. Matt Guards, it looks like it's going to be traded. Definitely, we're going to be sellers, and Matt Guards is going to be traded for hopefully a couple of prospects. Theo's going to sucker somebody into a nice trade to get a couple of prospects
for a
for
2 month rental, maybe
that.
he won't wind up on the disabled list.
Yeah, hopefully they trade him and get two prospects for him, and then he goes on the DL like two starts after he's on this new team.
Which you need some pitchers that don't spend all their time on the disabled list. Remember Mark Pryor and Kerry Wood? They were on the DL more than
Yeah,
they were active.
don't remind me. I don't want to think about that anymore. Yeah, but anyway,
Hey, at least us Braves, we have depth. I mean, how many teams could lose their top two setup men and still be in first place, 11 or 12 games above 500? We lose Johnny Venters to Tommy John, his second Tommy John, and then we lose O'Flaherty to Tommy John, who a couple years ago had an ERA below 1 in over 70 appearances.
yeah, we know all this. But your Braves are going to always choke every time they get in the playoffs. Can they
The
win?
difference now is back then we had a mediocre bullpen and basically had a rental closer. Now we got Craig Kimbrell, one of the most feared closers, not named Mariano Rivera in Major League Baseball, and come next year will be the most feared closer in Major League Baseball.
Maybe.
And we got Jordan Walden pitching the eighth, and we've got some nice kids that have come up
But
and done a nice
let's
job.
see what happens in the playoffs. They were going to win the division. Let's see what they do in the playoffs.
My only concern is can we hit the ball?
Yeah.
I mean, look at our offense. It's hit or miss. Face a good pitching staff. I am worried that we'll miss. I think we need to add a bat, possibly maybe a contact hitter, like a true leadoff hitter, and maybe a bullpen arm.
I say the kid we drafted, Chris Bryant, We just drafted the number 2 overall pick. Look out for this kid. I think he's got star written on him, and he needs to be brought up probably next year and put at third base, and that guy can be. I think it's gonna be the real deal. Has definitely a chance to be the real deal. Now, will the Giants? Will they win? Here's a legitimate question. I think. Will the Giants repeat? Now, right now they're in second place in their division, game and a half back, 2 games back. But I mean, it's still early. They're probably going to be the win the division. They're going to make the playoffs. To me, I don't know if they're going to repeat or not, but I think they'll be there. I mean, they've won 2 out of 3 for a reason. The World Series, they'll be there and they'll have a shot. I think.
What the Cubs though need to do next year,
Giants.
what the Giants need to do is just keep doing what they're doing. Um, they need to get Lincecum straightened out. He's starting to look a little bit better, but I can possibly see him in the ninth inning. To me, the way he pitches, his delivery, he's more of a ninth inning pitcher. I was worried he would do, and you've seen it the last couple of years, that he would do the same thing as Dontrell Willis. Come in with a bang and then fizzle.
Mm-hmm.
Willis did the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I think that, and right now they have Sandoval on the deal. They need to get him back, but which they will, kind of playoffs time. So I mean, I think the Giants will be there. St. Louis can't stand them. Can't ever count them out though. I mean, they're gonna be. They'll probably win the division. Right now it's kind of tight. Them in Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, but St. Louis is gonna be there. I think either if they don't get to win the division, they'll get the wild card. So I think it's between uh probably those 2 teams. Now, American League to me, I think the Yankees are the I think that they're a big story. I think that they got a good team. They're always going to be there. They probably have a chance at either wild card or the division. Right now they're in third place. I think they're kind of really slumping a little bit.
To be quite honest, I think personally they've overachieved considering all the injuries they've had. But I mean, they are good. The Yankees, you can't ever count them out until they don't do it. The only thing is with the luxury tax and Rivera retiring, I was thinking it could be a very, very bad year, a very long summer in the Bronx. And next year could still be that way. But I wouldn't bet against the Yankees till you see them actually in the toilet.
We know Derek Jeter's coming back, and I mean I just checked this yesterday, or today yesterday. He's back. He is actually back with the Yankees. He's taking batting practice around. Says he's saying he's feeling good right now. Can come back to the All Star break. Uh, I mean, it's up to debate. I'd say he's probably gonna still play a lot of shortstop. That's up to debate. The biggest thing is he still gonna be a Derek Jeter like he always has? To be a guy that's batting over 300. I think that he's gonna be fine. I really do.
If anybody can do it, he can. That being said, historically, 38, 39 for a shortstop is not old, it's ancient. His range, of course, isn't what it used to be. I think he would be better served to be DH, and he probably will once or twice a week at least. And if I were him, I would think about moving to third. I mean, A-Rod's not coming back, I don't think, anytime soon. And to be quite honest, the Yankees would be better off just eating that money and getting rid of him.
I agree, but the thing is, we know they're not going to do that. Now, Jeter at third, I just don't personally don't see it happen. I mean, I think he's Derek Jeter, and he's the captain of the team. He's going to pretty much, I mean, nobody's going to really stand up to him. I mean, I don't think he's going to play shortstop. I think as long as he wants. I mean, yeah, maybe he will DH once or twice with that. I think that could happen. But I think he's going to go out there and he's going to, he's going to play shortstop most of the time. And so, I mean, I'm interested to see him come back, and I want to see him at the Derek Jeter of old. I want to see him, hitting over 300 like he's always done. And, I want to see. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I think Boston. I mean, the Red Sox. I got to give them credit. I didn't see this happening. I didn't see them playing as good ball this year like they're doing. They're playing some good ball though. Boston is. I mean, they're getting it done. They're winning that division. I think that they've been winning that division most of the year.
and they're doing it on the backs of their starting pitching. It's That's kind of to me surprising. The bullpen, I know they've changed closers a couple times. Matter of fact, they've changed closers again just this week. Bailey's out as closer and Uhara's in.
Clay Buckholz, though, I mean, he only mentioned on the deal, but 9-0, but 1 point something ERA. Who saw that? I didn't. I mean, he's a good pitcher, but I mean, I didn't see that happening. You know, and that's that's been huge. Uh, so it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting to see see how this rest of the season plays out. Of course, you got this. You got this big steroid scandal that's still well, not in the news right now, but it's going to be coming back. Ryan Braun, they're going to get this. Now I say fool, they're going to get him this time. He'll get it. He's not going to wiggle his way out of this suspension.
And from what I've heard, they're talking 100 games possibly. A-Rod too could possibly get 100 games because supposedly they lied about it to Major League Baseball. So that's going to cost them an extra 50 on top of the 50 they're going to get for the steroids.
Yeah, yeah. A Rod's gonna get his. You know. So it just it never goes away. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, these guys are. I mean, we every time you think that we finally ended this, it just keeps on coming back, and it to me it's just so frustrating for me because I'm a big integrity of the game, and I'm just tired of these guys still doing this stuff. And the only thing that's gonna solve it is that they get these random drug testing done during in season, and that's what they're talking about right now. They, of course, they got to get passed, but they get that done, and then I'm hoping that they'll put a stop to this stuff. Hopefully, one for good. But of course, you're still gonna have guys doing it because they're stupid and they're arrogant and think they don't get caught.
The problem is, for somehow the cheaters always manage to stay one step ahead,
They
and until we catch up, it's gonna stay that way.
and I think that I think that the way they can catch up is the option they have. Like I said, is doing random drug testing in season. That has to happen. Uh, they get that done, and I think that you got a good chance of finally straightening this stuff out.
This is something that's far from over, and there's gonna be a lot of names on there, a lot of names
What
that
is
we
it?
suspect, a lot of
20
names we don't expect.
right? 20 names that were for code name. They went by code names. They said different names. So I mean, I'm ready for this list to come out right now. It's almost like the Mitchell report. I mean, who's on this list? Is Albert Pujols on this list? Is Josh Hamilton on this list? He is struggling right now. Josh Hamilton has been dropped to seventh in Angels lineup. He cannot hit anything. He's a $25 million a year man who can't hit to save his life right now.
The Angels right now are a complete mess.
Yeah.
The only thing that's saving them from last place is the Houston Astros. I mean, they go out and spend all this money, and like it always does, it happened to the Marlins last year. You go out and spend a bunch of money on free agents, 99.9% of the time it blows up in their face.
Right, right. It with the Dodgers the same way.
They're in last place right now.
Right, right.
I'm not really surprised, and they're probably going to stay in last place as long as they've got these big name players.
But this thing though, this report thing, like I said, there's 20 names. It's just, I mean,
20 that we know of. I wouldn't be surprised when it's all said and done if it's more.
it could be more. It very well could be more. Now this report's supposed to be coming out next couple weeks, or something like that. I think it is. So, people stay tuned to that. It's good. We'll just have to wait and see how that turns out. One last thing, and we're gonna be out for this show, uh, and that's it. It's basically back to football. This is college football. Penn State. I just kind of want to briefly touch on them. It's like because there's a big thing to me because they had the number 2 quarterback coming in for this year, Christian Hackenberg, and to me that's amazing. I mean, Bill O'Brien recruits a number 2 overall player, consider quarterback, considering the fact all this all the trouble with the Joe Paterno thing that they had gotten into and all the sanctions as far as recruiting goes, and this kid decides to go there, who is from not even Penn State, Michigan, I think he's from, and he's supposed to be the real deal. He's supposed to be really good, and they won 8 games last year. So what
I
are they
have
going?
I have to give Penn State a lot of credit. I didn't see 8 wins coming last year,
Nobody did.
especially after they lost on in week 1 the way they did. I mean, I figured they might be 1-11 maybe, and I know the NCAA's come down harder on them, just short of the death penalty, pretty much. You wonder if the NCAA's going to try to. I don't think they will. I don't think they can legally if they try to come down harder on them because they want to see them lose in the wake of what happened to Joe Paterno. But I'm proud of them for picking up the pieces and moving on.
Right, and they never held anything back. I mean, they took the accountability. They were, for what happened, and they, like you said, they're moving on. Uh, but to me, the biggest story is Bill O'Brien. This guy is he came from he's New England's offensive coordinator. Last year was his first year. Then this upcoming year is going to be his second year. I think this guy's going to be there for a long haul. They just actually re-signed him to a new contract, 4 years I think it was. Uh, and so they know how good he is, and I think that it's going to take a while to get Penn State's reputation back. I think could take 10 years, honestly. But I think that it will come ultimately come back. And like I said, this Christian Hackenberg, I mean, I'm not a Penn State fan, but I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. I kind of really admire him a lot for actually going to Penn State, where he could have gone to, I mean, he could have gone to pretty much any college he wanted to. And
I don't think it's going to happen within the next few years because of the NCAA sanctions, but I wouldn't be surprised if at some point Bill O'Brien wins the national title at some point down the road. It may be several years down the road, but I don't think it's a matter of if. I think it's a matter of when.
maybe might you never do know. I mean, just like I said, it's gonna be a long haul thing. So we just have to see what happens with that. But the guys, I mean, I think that great show to me for our first time doing it. Hey, I'm giving myself a pretty good grade. You know,
I give myself a good grade.
we'll be back next week though, and we'll be back again strong as ever again for another show, another sports show. And I hope that all of you enjoyed it. And look forward to seeing y'all all next week once again. Until then, though, take care. Have a good night.
See you next time.